Well, as we get ready to honor America's veterans this weekend, we also remember a ship that bore the name Milwaukee.
It's also a chance for a sneak peek at the next ship to take our city's name.
Steve Shamraz travels back in time and looks to the future, continuing his story of the making the Milwaukee.
For the team that is building the next ship named Milwaukee, it is halftime.
The work that you do here in Marinette
Halftime complete with a pep talk
is the work that protects America.
From the Secretary of the Navy.
I don't think people understand how hard a profession you are in.
It was September 12th, the crew building Milwaukee took a knee, watching Secretary Ray Mabus speak from any spot they could find.
Really well.
Praise from the man who gave this ship its name.
I think it's very important to carry that name forward. We've had other Milwaukees in the fleet.
There have been 4 other Milwaukees. The second ship to take our city's name was launched September 10th, 1904 from San Francisco. It was a quiet existence in the peacetime Pacific, but by 1916, Milwaukee needed some upgrades. Heavy engines would help the crew tend to a force of destroyers and submarines in the Pacific. And modern luxuries like an on-ship laundry and a dental shop allowed Milwaukee to tend to her crew. Soon after that retrofit, Milwaukee was called to duty. January 1917, a U.S. submarine ran aground off the California coast near Humboldt Bay. The powerful cruiser Milwaukee was needed to haul the sub off a sandbar. Against the suggestions of local mariners, the Milwaukee moved in, though the same breakers that trapped the submarine doomed the much heavier warship. She ran aground. While the 438-member crew was saved, the Milwaukee herself was lost. By March 1917, she was decommissioned. By November of the following year, the shipwreck broke in two. Milwaukee, slowly covered by sand and water, swallowed by the ocean she was built to sail. The new Milwaukee is now only weeks away from testing water for the first time. Workers are now doing their job on the ship's interior, including putting together the places where her crew will live their lives at sea.
It may not look like much right now, but this is first-class accommodations aboard the ship, the Chief's Mess, where the top enlisted personnel will all take their meals. Out here is the regular mess, where the rest of the crew will have their breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
The mess looks a lot like a home kitchen in a house under construction, with places for all the appliances clearly laid out, awaiting delivery. Outside the ship, you can see just how far Milwaukee has come. She's a long way from completion, but the ship is already too big to stay inside.
Thank you, Marinette. Go Navy.
See that giant structure towering over Secretary Mabus? That's Milwaukee's superstructure. It's so tall it can only be attached when the ship is outside and in the water, continuing the legacy of all the Milwaukees that came before.
Steve Shamraz, today's TMJ4.
And the Navy will launch the Milwaukee in Marinette in mid-December.